First of all, praise God from whom all blessings flow. Right? And thank Him for this day, and thank Him that no matter what they said about the rain and the snow, it held up. I don't think the Lord just stopped it because of my event, but we sure benefited from it. So we thank Him for that. Micah 6:8 says, what does the Lord require of you but to do justice, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God? That is what I've tried to do. And let me say this, I am so delighted, and I thank you for coming out here today and for this great show of support. I really do. I see so many of my neighbors and friends and supporters. Many of you I've known for years. Whoever talked about the Jerry Curl days, I tell you what, we got to talk when this is over, all right? And then y'all ain't gonna be laughing at it. You know? Anyway, that's not what I came here to say. I've known you for years, and before I share a few thoughts, let me give some acknowledgments, and I promise everything has been said. I just want to ask for your support, and that will not take me long. First of all, to all of you, you are my special guests. No matter which guest we've called upon in this room, all of you are our special guests. So would you do me a favor, look at the person next to you and tell them, I'm clapping for you. Give a round of applause. They're all of you. You are our special guests. Every one of you. I thank you so very much for standing with me. My wife, Pat, December 23rd, we will have been married for 24 years. 24 years. She stood beside me every step of the way. And how many times have I heard the words from her, you're going to do what? Okay, let's go. And she stood right there. I love you and I'm very thankful. You can't do anything without great staff. I have the greatest staff in the world. If I start calling names, and you in the community, you know that we have the greatest staff in the world. I am thankful for every one of them. My chief of staff, hardest working, Brandy Calhoun, hardest working chief of staff, hardest working. I see Deontay and Vern and Tony and Troy and Keita, Rashonda, Rudy, Michelle, and Sherry, all of you that I see in this room. Some I haven't named, but without staff, we can do nothing. I'm thankful for them. I feel about my churches, or every pastor should feel about their church. I feel like I have the greatest church in the world. And I'm also grateful, I am really grateful that hundreds of them live in a 26 legislative district. I know that. I am grateful. I have the privilege of being a bishop. That just makes me a bigger servant. And I'm grateful for the pastors that I see in this room. I see so many pastors who are in this room who are part of our Ark of Safety, Ark United Christian Community Church Fellowship. So many of you are in this room. You have supported us. I'm grateful. I love every one of you. I make no bones about it. Yes, I am a member of the clergy, and I know people say, well, what about separation of church and state? I really don't know about that. I do know that I'm following people like Delegate Wendell Phillips, who was one of our first to be elected from Baltimore, pastor of Heritage Christian Church, and did a wonderful job. And I'm not there yet. I'm not going in that direction, but I see persons who have served in so many ways, in so many capacities, and I'm grateful. I'm proud of our 26th district clergy group. In the 26th district, you need to know when people say, well, pastors aren't doing anything for the community. There are more than 82 pastors, many of which we meet with on a monthly basis. Pastor Fields, who's here, who has coordinated that, I saw him, who helped to coordinate that. We meet and we talk about the 26th district and what we can do to empower, and they work in this district. Over 40 of those pastors are here in the room, and I'm thankful for them as well. My elected colleagues, there's nothing that you can do without teamwork. I'm grateful for all of you who are in the room. Thank you, Doug. Not only did you come, but you stayed, and I know that was not easy to do because you have to cover 10 times the territory. And I say that because I know about those races. but all of our colleagues, and Aisha and our congresswoman, if I start calling names, I'm going to be in trouble. My Central Committee members who I'm very, very proud of. Okay, it takes me 3 minutes to say this. This is what I brought you all the way down here to do. I brought you out of your warm homes today when you could have been shopping. I brought you here because I thought it was right and fitting that I would tell you my intentions. I am formally declaring my candidacy for re-election to the Maryland State Senate, representing the great 26th legislative district in the great state of Maryland. For all of us who are coming together. Did I tell you, you know, the writer said, hold fast to dreams, for when dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. May I tell you something, I keep my dreams, and it doesn't matter if you're 55, 65, or 75, find something new, do it and get it done. I did something new. I am now a proud member. I have crossed over, and I'm a proud member of Kappa Alpha Psi Incorporated. And my brothers are here today in the house. Come on, get up, come on. I am proud of what I've learned and what I'm learning, and that, again, nobody can do anything on their own. I've come to tell you, as James Freeman said, a politician thinks of the next election, but a statesperson thinks of the next generation. And that's the type of leadership. That is the type of leadership that I have tried with everything that is in me to exemplify. At some time when I started this about 7 years ago, I raised my right hand and took an oath and was sworn into office as your senator, and at that time I made some promises. First and foremost, I said it was to treat every citizen, every supporter, whether you voted for me or not, every non-supporter, no matter who you are, once elected, I would treat every citizen with dignity and respect. I promised to have an open door, open mind, to seek compromise where we could find it, but always to be upfront and to always be honest and to never let people have to worry about where I am on an issue. When I say this is where I am, it's because I've sought advice, I've sought your input, I seek the input of the 300 of us who meet across the 26th district. Our quarterly breakfast group with over 300 of the leaders meeting quarterly to sit down and to make sure that I am in touch with the community, to seek compromise and to make sure that at the end of the day, no matter what you thought about me on an issue, you knew that I was honest, I had integrity, I was upfront, and my word is my word. 7 years. 7 years, and I am proud of my record. 7 years, and let me say this, my promise to you was to be a voice for the voiceless, the forgotten, the struggling senior, the single parent trying to make ends meet, whether you're wealthy or just making it. I would be a voice, I would speak for people, and I would speak without apology. I would not be controlled by the political bosses. It is what it is. I will work with everyone. I will work with them, but I promise that you would be my bosses. I promise that I would not go to Annapolis and become so mesmerized with the marble walls that I would sit down and forget that it's because of you that I am there. So it didn't make any difference. I was not going to be bought out. I was not going to be bossed, because I knew at the end of the day, I had to come back home, and there's only one group of people that can fire me, and that's you. 7 years, wow, 7 years ago, I see persons like Troy Berry. Where's Troy? I'm seeing change. I'm seeing younger people who are doing great things. Troy Berry is a young man, and I take pride in being able to mentor younger people and to say, I'm not going to be in this office forever, but I need to make sure we've got some people coming up who have been trained in the process, who understand the process. I'm grateful for a son like Troy, who is about to become, watch this, the next sheriff in Charles County. That we are about to understand that there are commonalities between all of our jurisdictions, and we all serve together. I thank all of you for talking about some of the accomplishments that I was able to do with you. I have realized you can't do anything on your own. Would you agree with me? I will never forget one of my dear friends and esteemed citizens of the 26th district who is now in heaven with the angels. His name was Alonzo Grigsby. Some of you remember him. Alonzo set me straight in my first year as senator. He said, Muse, Never let me hear you say, I did, I am. He said, this is a we thing. And you can't ever get anything done with an I mentality. So Alonzo Grigsby said to me, drop the I and remember it's all about us. I took that lesson with me, and I will never ever forget that lesson. I will never ever forget what he taught me. And Gino, you know that's the way he talked, right? He would just tell you like it is. What do you mean? I didn't do anything. We're going to do this. And I'm thankful to have you. I'm thankful to have this kind of support in the room this morning. Man, I'm thankful. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I hope that you believe and you feel that I have earned the right to go back and to be re-elected again. I am thankful that we were able to do the things that we talked about. Cut the ribbon for the new Oxon Hill High School. Bring back hundreds of thousands of dollars, $7 million to relocate the National Children's Museum here at the National Harbor. $560,000 to expand our Fort Washington Hospital Center. $200 million to the Prince George's County Hospital, or the Prince George's County Hospital for expansion and for survival. The Broad Creek Historic District for Harmony Hall Manor. Tens of thousands of dollars to open up the South County Recreation Center. Forest Heights to refurbish the refurbishing of their municipal building. The Fort Washington Boys and Girls Club. Daughters for a Day, persons assisting with the seniors, working with my colleagues this year. Thank you that we brought back more money to the 26th legislative district for school construction projects than any district in the entire state of Maryland. That's only done. So I want you to know that it's not rhetoric. I hope you know that I'm going to stand on my record, and I've come here to say, let's move forward together. I want to continue to working on unfinished business that we started. It takes time and teamwork. And you said it, I need the support of delegates in the House who understand that we will not agree on everything, but we will not be bossed by anybody but the people who sent us. I am sorry, I will work with anyone. But I will not be a yes man to anybody when I know that my community is at stake. I'm not going to